Hello. I just wanted to introduce myself, and I also wanted to give everyone that is new coming to my channel welcome. For those of you that have been here with me every week, I am so happy and humbled that you're allowing me to teach you. But I thought today when I woke up, I said, everyone that watches these full videos that goes past the 30 minutes, I want to give you a reason why you should listen to what I have to say. And even if I give you all of these qualifications today and you still feel like I'm not the person that's bringing the message to you in a way that makes you take action, then certainly go to somebody that does, your support system. So I was grounding today and I thought about what are the things that I look for in a teacher, in a mentor, or in a guide. And I've come up with three. And the first one is, did they have an education or training in the subject? Whatever it is I'm trying to research or to find out about. Number two, do they have life experience? Have they walked the walk, talked the talk? Like, have they been there, done that, and they're giving me instruction on how their experience led them to healing, to starting over again, to living their dreams? And number three is, when I'm listening to them, do I feel their passion and their truth in what they're trying to say? Now, the first two you could find out about, but the third one is totally and completely with what resonates with you. Like I've stated in all of my videos, whatever serves you, go with it. And whatever doesn't serve you, you let it go. So we're going to number one, my educational and my training. I am a self-healing mentor and a mind expert. First, I went to the University of Wisconsin-Superior. I have a Bachelor of Science degree, history major, with about 2 classes away from getting my teaching certificate. I've gone to yoga instructor training for both adult and children. I have went to a mindfulness training, which was awesome. I've gone to, after my psychosis, I took the first support system I had was information. And this is what I was given. And I've looked at all of this. I've also had theta training, and I have read so many books in so many different religious, spiritual, educational, motivational, inspirational experiences, because mine is now switching to number 2, life experience. When I was laid up for 11 years, the doctors thought, okay, it's her mind. The mind doctors are like, nope, it's her body. And so for 11 years, it was kind of torture for me, because I'm like, hey, I'm not doing this to myself. That was the start of my training of what I'm giving you. So 2003 was day 1 of training about your mind. And I didn't have this information that I'm giving you, and that is why I'm doing this. But in 2017, they kept talking about, through the 11 years, about a psychogenic episode. And a psychogenic episode is basically you have physical symptoms happening, but they're not happening to you physically, meaning that they're not in any test or anything. It's all negative. So what is happening is your mind is creating the symptoms. And that never happened to me in the 11 years, but this 2017 in September, it happened. I was having an episode, went to the ER, left the ER, and by the time I got home, all my symptoms dissipated. It was like an aha moment for me, because the doctors were talking about this psychogenic thing, never happened before, but it happened then. It's usually triggered by traumatic or stressful incidences. And that was it. even the thought of being laid up for 11 more years was enough for me to say, I'm working on my mind. So in 2017 was my journey into everything about the mind. That's how I found yoga. That's how I found the Buddhist practice. I mean, they've been doing this for 5,000 plus years. If anybody knows more about the mind, it's them. So I went deep and I researched and I read every single thing about the mind. And then I found about the mind, body, spirit connection. And then that led me to my Reiki training. So I went and did all of the Reiki training all the way to master. And that is about self-evaluation. So going along the whole way of beating everything down. So that way you can be a clear instrument for whatever energy that you have coming through. Because we're not healers. We're just instruments. And then you have life happened. I did start briefly my Rose Yoga, but COVID happened and everything kind of went haywire after that. And then I ended up in the mental hospital I had a spiritual experience. It lasted 9 days. That's not really what I want to talk about now, and maybe later that I will. But the gist of it is the things that I was seeing, I could not comprehend in my mind. So my mind left. My family was told to say goodbye to me, that I would never return mentally to them. So basically they were saying that I was dead mentally. Now I'm in the mental hospital and I'm given all this information. I have nothing but time because now I'm locked up, and I work on my mind the entire time. My husband called me. He told me what happened on their end, and now all of a sudden I was back into the real reality. And from there, that was like your whole brain, had a clean slate. It was wiped clean from everything. Everything you knew beforehand was gone. I was living in ultimate fear of everything. I couldn't even watch a commercial because it was too much for me. So you can imagine where my brain was at, was kind of like a toddler learning how to talk again. That's how my brain had to, it had to reboot. You think about the psychogenic episode was like a glitch in the computer, and my psychosis, my complete mental breakdown, was like unplugging the computer altogether. So I have been, since June 1st, working on my mind. I have 21 years of life experience. When someone says to you, and this is what my psychiatrist said to me, that the mind is a guessing game. It's not for me. If you've been there, you've done that, you understand the mind like nobody else does. And all the training that I've had before with my Reiki, with my yoga, it all came back and it all helped me through. My mindfulness all came to play. And then on September 18th, I went forward and spoke my truth about everything that happened to me during my psychosis. And that freed me completely of fear. From June 1st, 2023, living in fear, the ultimate state of fear, to September 18th of this year, living without fear. I was fearless again. That is what I'm teaching all of you, to be fearless, to take yourself as a priority number one. So from September 19th, I was going to help other people do what I did in the best instructional manner that anyone, a kid or adult, could understand. I think a lot of times we are talked to with big ideas, but it's like, okay, that conceptually I get what you're saying, but how do we break it down? How do we make it easy? How do we move forward from this? And that is why the last 7 weeks, and I do recommend, if you are still watching this video, then number 3, you hear the truth of what I'm saying and it resonates with you in the passion that is in me, why I am doing this. I am doing this for everyone that keeps watching these videos. I will keep giving every week, freely. You will see a video from me every week, me committing myself to you and to your care and to your support system. Because when I went into that mental hospital, I had no clothes and they clothed me. I had no safe place and they gave me a place to live. I had no food and they fed me. I did not have any trust and I grew trust. At the most awful time in my life, I was given a gift of a second chance at my life. And a wonderful lady gave me 3 gifts. Books. This was one of them. I had nothing, and she gave me books. She gave me information. And with that information, I am sitting in front of you today because I am here to help you through my training, through my life experience, because I have walked the walk. I know struggle, pain, humiliation, but I also know the other side of self-care, self-love. I am living my best life, and it doesn't mean that I don't have challenges. If you watch the last video, you will see I still am triggered to this day. But instead of it being a week, a month, a year later, I'm still struggling with it. It was 4 hours. 4 hours of me working on a childhood trauma instead of a lifetime of just being miserable. So I advise you, if you want to really get everything that I'm saying to you, watch the first 7 videos, because I will tell you the 7 videos that I just made is like the ingredients to a soup, a really great life soup. And when you have the ingredients to the soup, you will be prepared for the lessons coming ahead. The first 7 weeks was like the beginner's course. The next 7 weeks will be the intermediate course. And the next 7 weeks we will see, because everything that I do is based on intuition. I am channeling my highest self. This is just who I am. And I'm giving it all to you. So if you're watching to the end of this, then you've answered number 3. Something's resonating with you, and the truth of what I'm saying is resonating from you. And even for those that didn't make it the first time watching this video, but went back and are now listening to it, you're ready. You're ready to learn, you're ready to hear, and you're ready to accept everything that I have coming to you, because I will be 100% honest with you this entire time. You can rely on what I'm saying because of my life experience. Do no harm is my policy. Any advice that I give anyone is not something I would not take myself. So I hope that you watch these and do not feel like I didn't get there right away. It took me 21 years. I'm going to be 50 years old this year. This is how long it took me to get here. So however long it takes you to get there, bring my self-care, it's all good because you started. No matter when you start, what year you started, how old you were, what you had going on, it doesn't matter. You started. Thought, your words, and your actions. The I Am Pledge. If you're ready for the next 7 lessons, then this is something that you have already signed and you've already put it in a place to help you remember that on this journey, everything I'm giving you, you are the number 1 priority. So I want to say goodbye to you, beautiful souls, and give you more information. I think it's important, anybody that's teaching you, mentoring you, guiding you, you have to know where they come from and trust what they're saying to you. They're coming from a good place and they really don't want anything. My goal is that my message is over the money. It's going to take a long time for me to build, to grow, and I'm willing to do that because I came from nothing after the mental hospital. I had nothing. I was given my world back on June 1st, so I know how it is to have nothing and then to get it back. I value everything I have right now. I value each and every person that watches this video. You're my people. I just want to say goodbye, and I'll see you Friday for my first lesson 1. We're all human. Bye.